Hey, we know what you guys been waiting for. Get Right Fantasy Network. We're breaking top 5 running backs down for the 2021 fantasy season. Topic we talk about this in our off time. Like, I can't wait to break down this show. Let's hit the intro and jump right into this thing. Frank, Anthony, thanks for being here, guys.
Let's do it. Hit it.
Guys, what up? Thanks for being here. I don't want to waste too much time. We know who's going number 1, right?
McCaffery. Moving on down the line.
PNC.
I would take McCaffery if it was just his rushing yards. I would take him if it was just his passing yards. He's going number 1 for me. Number 2, let's just break it down right away.
Right out of the gate.
Hey, Anthony, Derrick Henry, Frank, Dalvin, somebody sell me on something.
I'll go ahead and take the floor with Dalvin Cook, dude. He's the man, dude. The only reason I have a knock on Derrick Henry is he just seems to be like boom or bust on some weeks. There's some times where he just doesn't have a consistent game. You know what I mean? Like they just don't give him the ball right, or something happens. It just seems that way. Not necessarily, happening, but I know that all the time it just seems like he has that boom or bust where he's like incredible game and then like a below average game is what I see him, and I don't like that. I like more of a consistency with the guy, and I think that's what you get out of Dalvin Cook.
My boy Josh says it best. Yeah. Who wants to tackle that guy 30 times a game?
So we'll start there. There's that, followed by the fact that you want to talk about consistency. He's the only running back in the top 10 that played all 16 games last year. He had 378 attempts. The next closest person had 312. He had 2,027 rushing yards. Next closest person on that, 500 almost yards different with Dalvin Cook, your guy. 500 difference.
And that's where he's going to have the regression because he's not going to have another 2,000-yard game. Yeah,
He led in touchdowns, 17 touchdowns in a 16-game season. He averaged more. He was scoring, what's more consistent than that? He's scoring more touchdowns than he plays in games. And he even is still getting a couple targets out of the backfield, he had 100 yards. But, that's nothing. They don't need to do that. My man still put up 2,000 yards. Again, that's
but
still
he also
pretty
had
much
that 8.4
RB1
game. He also had a 6.8 game. He also had a 4.9 game and a 9.8 game in between those. And in between that, he had a 32 and a 23 and a 34 and a 36. Like I said, a boomer bust guy, because you pick him up on the – I'm saying if you have him in there and he needs to win you, for example, week 16, when the playoffs start and he scores you 9.8, you're going to be pretty pissed. Unlike, I'm just saying. That's what I was talking about, that boomer bust effect where he has those games that he just drops to nothingness. And anything less than 10 points is ridiculous.
He said it's ridiculous. Hey, so the next one, and again, let's keep jumping into these differences that you guys have. Kamara last year at 4, seemed like a solid pick. It's going to be a big difference over there. Am I right?
I think he's still a solid pick at number 4. I had him last year at number 4, and he was a fantasy winner. He's a fantasy playoff stud. Scoring you five touchdowns in the game. They are changing up the quarterback, and something's going on over there. But you still have a good wide receiver, Michael Thomas, and I don't see why they wouldn't give this guy the ball, because he also catches and runs the ball just as much as he catches. I don't think there's a downside with Kamara. Solid number 4. Solid.
I'm not touching him.
Hey.
Ant, what about you? You got Aaron Jones over there, Ant.
Yeah, do I have to pull out the shades again? I got him. I can pull him out again if I need to. But my man, I know, right? No, but my man, again, like we talked about with Green Bay, we keep harping on it. They haven't made any changes. The only thing they did do was re-sign this man. And that's one thing Green Bay usually doesn't do, is pay people. But they paid this guy a running back nonetheless. So, to me, that tells me they're going to give him the ball. They traded away Jamal Williams. He's going to Detroit now. So the only running back they have behind him is A.J. Dillon. So, what do we have to lose, with this guy? You know, he had 200 carries. You know, he's being used out of the backfield. You know, one of the higher, you know, target rates, you know, in there. Definitely not up there with Kamara. You know, getting 107 targets. That man is a wide receiver one, and a running back. You know,
Number
mixed
one.
in one as well too.
And that's why he's at my number 4 because of that.
Yeah. But at the same token, again, Aaron Jones is my guy that's kind of been just creeping up year after year. And he's the guy I think that's coming in that next echelon to come in and break that top 5 this year. And, you know, they paid him to do that. So I think, you know, they're going to put the eggs in that basket that he showed he can hold up to it. And, you know, he'll be able to produce. But again, I didn't hate on Kamara too bad. He rounds out my top 5 here. So
yeah,
I agree. So a lot of what you said.
Speaking of going into that top echelon, and that's why I gave them my number 5 spot to Jonathan Taylor.
You got to have one creep in there, right? There's going to be one guy.
This is my guy that I think he's going to have his,
you know, Jonathan Taylor.
You know, 15 games, 1,169 yards, 11 touchdowns, 1 fumble. That's solid. 1. You know what I mean? That's his rookie year. I think he proved he could be the man, and I think that Indy is going to start feeding him the ball more instead of this Naeem Hines and, you know, Marlon Mack and all these other people that are over there, whatever's going on. You know, they're going to feature this guy. Those guys are just going to take secondary roles, backup roles. When he's tired, they give him a rest. They throw those guys in or whatever, but he's going to be the man. And I hope that, you know, that's what I'm predicting. That's why I have him up at number 5, because I think he's worthy of that number. He's going to get you those touches that you need.
And I think the mock drafts that I've been in, it definitely shows Jonathan Taylor's up there.
Stock is rising, right? Stock's moving up.
You see the difference from last year when we had the and I'm not going to break down our next episode, but like Zeke was top 5 last year. Saquon, we haven't even talked about. Chubb,
Chubb.
There's so many more. You guys know this is our favorite topic. You came to the right
talk about running backs all day.
Hey, the top 5 we thought was going to be easy. It was going to be a clear consensus. Totally not. That's what you're going to expect when we go through the 6 through 10. We're going to be breaking down 6 through 10 of quarterbacks, wide receivers, running backs, tight ends. Stay tuned. We will be breaking down tight ends. We're trying to help you. You came to the right place. Frank, Anthony, thanks for your time. Thanks for being here, guys.
Peace out.
See you later.